Why is it that you prioritize the safety and welfare of illegal aliens over those of American citizens, Mr. Beer?
It's a ridiculous question. I think we should prioritize the safety of all people by focusing on all law enforcement on people who victimize other people.
Why did the American people largely reject the Biden administration and many of your policies in re-electing President Donald Trump?
But I think all Americans want our law enforcement to focus on public safety, and I agree with them.
15 or 20 million illegal aliens that came into the country, that wasn't President
Well, those are
Biden's
made
policies.
up. Those are completely made up numbers, sir.
I'm sure they're made up. I'm sure they're made up, sir. And all the numbers and data that you come in here and spout, they're absolutely factual. Is that right?
And I now
Democrats thought this hearing would be about defending Biden's immigration record. Instead, it turned into a brutal debate over why Americans voted for change. When Congressman Eli Crane started asking questions about illegal immigration, crime, and border security, one witness dismissed concerns about millions of illegal crossings as made-up numbers. Then another witness defended a statement saying support for the Laken-Riley Act should disqualify someone from leading the Democratic Party. That's when the hearing got heated.
Now recognize Mr. Crane from Arizona for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for allowing me to wave on today. I'd like to start with you, Mr. Beer. Did you state in the past that President Biden led the U.S. immigration system out of an unprecedented calamity? Yes,
absolutely,
yes or no?
Absolutely. The first Trump administration destroyed
I
the
reclaim my
immigration
time.
system.
Many would argue that President Biden didn't lead us out of this unprecedented calamity, but he actually created it. I want to read a quote to you. I want to see if you know who the author of this quote was. What I would do as president is several more things because things have changed. I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border all those people who are seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We are a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come. Do you know who said that, Mr. Beer?
Biden said that.
Yeah, while he was running for office. So we all knew what was going to happen.
Who was the we in this sentence? The we is the
those
government.
Of us with
the government was going to
those
surge
of us
to
with
the border,
common sense,
not
are
immigrants.
the we. Thank you. I reclaim my time. Mr. Beer, you also stated that Trump's policies endanger the rights of Americans by undermining due process and focusing on mass deportation rather than public safety. And I want to riff on public safety for a second because a couple weeks ago, Congressman Biggs and I met with several angel families in Arizona. They were heartbroken families who felt like the Biden administration, and quite frankly, policies promoted by yourself, that their family members were left vulnerable. They also said that there were a few Republicans that wouldn't meet with them, but that no Democrats would meet with them. Why do you think that is, Mr. Beer? Why do you think that Democrats are unwilling to meet with angel families?
I would be happy to meet with them, and I have. That is exactly why I think ICE should focus on public safety to prevent tragedies like that.
Yeah, well, they don't feel like you and the president prioritizes American citizens and their family members. They feel like all you guys really do is prioritize the safety and welfare of illegal aliens, and that's coming from them, and I agree with it. Why is it that you prioritize the safety and welfare of illegal aliens over those of American citizens, Mr. Beer?
It's a ridiculous question. I think we should prioritize the safety of all people by focusing on all law enforcement on people who victimize other people. I'm the only libertarian here. I'm the only one who thinks that the government should spend all of its time focused on public safety.
If that's true, why did the American people largely reject the Biden administration and many of your policies in re-electing President Donald Trump?
Well, there's lots of reasons why people voted for Trump. I'm not going to get into them here, but I think all Americans want our law enforcement to focus on public safety, and I agree with them.
Do you think it had anything to do with witnessing and watching 4 years of your policies being put out?
They weren't my policies, sir.
Oh, they're not? You don't support,
in fact, Title 42
you don't support the president's immigration policies? You don't support President Biden's immigration policies?
President Biden's immigration policies were not even implemented until the end of his term. Title 42
to be a big supporter of
was the
President
main
Biden's
immigration policy, sir, during the first part of the Biden administration. The Republican states sued to keep it in place. That was the policy in effect in the border. It was not a Biden policy, it was a Trump policy.
Oh, so the
It took
10
until
to 15 million
2023 to
illegal
get rid of
aliens
that
that
policy.
came in, that wasn't a Biden policy? That wasn't a Biden policy?
What was not about Biden
The
policy?
10 to 15 or 20 million illegal aliens that came into the country, that wasn't
Well,
President
those are
Biden's
made up.
policies?
Those are completely made up numbers, sir. But of course, it was not a policy.
Oh, I'm sure they're made
trying
up.
to stop.
I'm
They were
sure they're
doing
made up,
everything they
sir.
could.
And all the numbers and data that you come in here and spout, they're absolutely factual. Is that right? Mr. Newman, moving on to you. You posted on X, no one who voted for the Lake and Riley Act should have any role in the future leadership of the Democrat Party in this country. It's disqualifying. Did you post that, sir? Yes or no?
Congressman, yes, I did.
Why is it disqualifying, in your opinion, that the detention of illegal aliens who are accused of theft, burglary, assaulting a law enforcement officer, and any crime that causes death or serious bodily injury is disqualifying?
I posted that tweet because I believed that it was a capitulation to Republican demagoguery to create two systems of justice where people are treated differently for similar crimes. And I stand by that. I think it was a grave mistake on the part, well, first on the part of the Republican Party, but on the part of cowardly Democrats to stand up to that level of demagoguery. That's the reason why I posted that tweet.
I yield back. Thank
Mr. Chair, I have a UC request, sir.
Yep.
Thank you. I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record, March 30th, 2025, an article from NPR entitled, "Police Say ICE Tactics Are Eroding Public Trust in Law Enforcement," which
Without
shows that
objection.
police chiefs agree to.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I now yield 5 minutes to Ms. Presley from Massachusetts.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Trump administration's chaotic campaign of lawlessness and cruelty is traumatizing our children. ICE is detaining people who have committed no crimes, people in our country with legal statuses, and even American citizens. Teenagers, toddlers, babies have been abducted and taken to a detention center in Dilley, Texas, run by a multi-billion-dollar private prison corporation that profits from their pain. That profits from the pain of child abuse, child neglect, and childhood trauma. As a mother, I am heartbroken. And as an American, I am ashamed. And this administration over and over again keeps making history for all the wrong reasons. And on a daily basis, you have an emerging legacy, again, of the abuse, negligence, trauma, and even the death of our children. This is state-inflicted trauma. And yes, I said our children, because anyone on this land, and certainly in our facilities, we are charged with their welfare and their well-being. And as members of this oversight committee, hell, as people of conscience, every single person should be raising their voice and doing everything in their power to close the Dilley facility immediately. Now, Mr. Kevorkian, how many children have been locked in detention facilities since Trump took office in 2025?
I don't have that number, but they were put there by their parents, not by the
Reclaiming
Trump
my
administration.
time. Did you just hear me just state for the record, and we have it documented, well documented, that these are people overwhelmingly that have been unlawfully detained, some of them even American citizens that are here with legal statuses? So don't try to deflect. This is not about the parents, and as I said, they're in our facilities that we fund. So you are charged with their welfare and their well-being. So let me move on and just give you the information since you said you don't know. I'll help you out. According to ICE data, roughly 4,000 children, 4,000 children under the age of 18, including 20 infants, and I'm not even naming the girls and the women that are pregnant and the lack of prenatal care for unborn children. But that's how many have been forced behind the wall by this cruel administration. How many children have been held in detention for longer than the legal maximum amount of time?
I don't know, but again, they're there because
Reclaiming my time.
They're there
just for
because
those
of their
watching at home,
parents.
just so you know, the lawful maximum of time is 20 days. And we have over 1,300 children who were locked in custody beyond that time. And anyway, 20 days is too long. Mr. Kevorkian, do you think that children should endure vomiting after eating, drink contaminated water, and wait days for medical attention while they are detained at Dilley? Yes or no?
It's Mr. Krikorian, excuse me, but.
My apologies, names matter. Mr. Krikorian, yes, for the record.
The conditions in detention facilities are probably better in ICE facilities
Mr. Krikorian,
than
reclaiming
in
my time.
regular
Please just answer my
detention
question, yes or no.
facilities.
I don't have time for you to filibuster. Just answer the question. This should be an easy answer. Do you think children should endure vomiting after eating, drinking contaminated water, and waiting days for medical attention while they are detained at Dilley? Yes or no?
They're detained because their parents have
I'll take
put them
that
there.
as a yes, that you're okay with that.
Their parents
That you want to be
put them
complicit
in
in the
those
abuse,
facilities.
negligence, and trauma of our children. Moving on, dozens of families and children like Susej, a 9-year-old girl detained at Dilley, have reported the cruel and inhumane conditions of this facility. We have 9-year-olds having to advocate for themselves. She said she loved going to school, playing with her friends, until enduring the prison-like conditions of Dilley stole her sleep, stole her appetite, and stole her innocence. In that cage that they call a family residential center, she repeatedly woke up screaming from nightmares, begging to go home. She left Dilley changed forever, fearful, withdrawn, burdened with trauma that was never hers to carry. That is the human cost of Republicans' harmful policy choices. And if you're not working actively to close Dilley and address the systemic harm taking place in all these facilities, you are complicit in child abuse, period. And the evidence is clear. This administration is imprisoning thousands of children for weeks and months in unsafe conditions, denying them due process and inflicting lasting trauma. This is a blatant violation of basic human rights and our constitutional values.
Congressman Eli Crane came into this hearing with one basic question. Why did the American people reject the Biden administration's immigration policies? Crane challenged witnesses who had previously praised Biden's handling of the border, arguing that Americans watched years of record illegal immigration and decided they wanted a different direction. The debate intensified when Crane brought up angel families who lost loved ones to crimes committed by illegal immigrants. He argued that many Americans feel Washington has spent more time protecting illegal immigrants than protecting citizens. The witness strongly rejected that claim, saying law enforcement should focus on anyone who threatens public safety. But the most revealing moment came when another witness defended a statement attacking supporters of the Laken-Riley Act. That law requires the detention of illegal immigrants accused of serious crimes like theft, assault, and offenses causing serious injury. The witness called support for the bill a mistake. Supporters call it common sense. And that disagreement perfectly captures America's immigration debate today. One side prioritizes stronger enforcement and public safety. The other warns against expanding government detention powers. The voters made their choice in 2024, and hearings like this show why the debate is far from over. Like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, should public safety